Welcome to the Daily Treasure podcast produced by Mark Inc. Ministries. I am Sharon Betters, and I am always grateful for all of the hearts that are being touched by the truth of God's Word through this daily devotional. We're so excited to introduce you to our What She Said series for our part 10 in this series. In this series, I introduce you to writers who have touched my heart in very special ways. And sometimes when I read their work or I hear them speak, it's, what she said, because my heart resonates so much with every word. So this week, we are going to have as our guest writer, Elizabeth Turnage. Elizabeth has been on our Help and Hope podcast, and I am so grateful for her willingness to partner in ministry through Daily Treasure and through Mark Inc. Ministries. Today's devotional is called The Lord is Closer Than Whispering Distance. Today's treasure is from Psalm 23, verses 5 and 6. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Friends, have you ever experienced fear, the kind of fear that follows terrifying changes in your life, or the gnawing, grinding every minute of everyday fear of, you name it? This week, Elizabeth Turnage, author of From Recovery to Restoration, 60 Meditations for Finding Peace and Hope in a Crisis, joins us to share excerpts addressing fear from her book. On day 2 of this week's devotionals, Elizabeth says, traversing the road of recovery often feels like walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Each journey is complex and mysterious, of uncertain length and fraught with unknown fears. And yet, according to David, who journeyed through many dark valleys, we can fear no evil because we are not alone. The Lord is closer than whispering distance, guarding and guiding us with His presence. Don't you just love that? Closer than whispering distance. Elizabeth has joined me on the Help and Hope podcast twice, once to talk about the waiting room, and most recently to discuss how to prepare for the last season of life by organizing our lives and being intentional about leaving a legacy of faith. And I want to highly recommend that you check out those conversations. Just go to helpandhopenow.org, click the Help and Hope link, and look for my conversations with Elizabeth Turnage. You are going to be so glad that you did. One reason I enjoy conversations with Elizabeth is her honesty and confidence in the Lord when facing a crisis. She pulls from her own life experiences of waiting rooms, fear, and helping her parents in the last season of their lives. Her work reveals her heart for pointing us to the light of Jesus in what might feel like mundane moments, along with those earth-shattering changes that often take place. Elizabeth ends Tuesday's devotional on Psalm 23 with these words: how would it be possible to fear no evil in a place of such suspense and surmise, in which the evil of evils is uncertainty? The answer comes in the pivot point, verse 4, for you are with me. Earlier, David told us that the Lord, third person, is his shepherd. Now he addresses the Lord directly. You are with me. In other words, you, the King of Kings, are with me. You, the Lion of Judah, are with me. You, the crusher of Satan, are with me. Take heart, dear friends. His light, the light that has overcome the darkness, has flooded this dark valley. The Lord, your shepherd, who protects and guides you with his staff, is with you. Friends, I echo Elizabeth's encouragement. Wherever God leads you this week, if fear raises up like a monster, remember these words and take heart, because Jesus has overcome whatever trouble comes your way. I want to add to this some life-giving encouragement. The light entered the darkness, and the darkness could not overcome it. John 1:5. Jesus is the light of the world. John 1:4. There is no one like him. John 1:9 tells us he is the true light, which gives light to everyone. Have you ever experienced His grace, power, and mercy? No one can drive away the darkness of sin or the ravages of this broken world except Jesus. Do you know Him? As your love for Him deepens, it will flow out of you into the lives of others. In fact, the Lord commands us to encourage one another with the hope we have in Him. Friends, be the light of Jesus today, just to one person. Ask Him to make you sensitive to those around you who need His touch, and then pray for Him to show you one way you can help turn another person's heart toward Jesus. And for more on how to be a biblical encouragement, check out treasuresoфencouragement.org, where you'll learn a lot about my book, Treasures of Encouragement. And I also want to tell you about a new project that I just completed, and it was making an audiobook out of Treasures in Darkness. If you have read this book, you know that it is very, very personal. I share a lot from my journals. And I have to think about, why would I go through this of reading through this book out loud for other people to hear 15 years after I wrote the book? And friends, it's because I know that there are those whose hearts are breaking, who they really can't read. They have a hard time seeing anything but black marks on a page, but they can listen, and they are hungry for hope and help. And in this book, in this audio book, I share in my own words how the Lord took me from that terrible abyss of grief and darkness, and step by step showed me that I have purpose and power because He has given me a platform for glorifying Him. So I hope you'll check it out. It's available on Amazon and other bookstores. Treasures in Darkness, the audiobook. And when you listen to it, I hope you'll leave a comment. I hope you'll leave a rating. That helps to get the word out. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Sharon Betters, and this has been the Daily Treasure Podcast.